Hello, 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 Brandy. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Grandma's Chat. Hi, Tania. Hello, hello. Look at that. People are coming in. Yeah. Today's topic is about self doubt. We're going to talk about self doubt today. Something that everyone does when they're on a diet or anything, whether it's carnivore, it's just regular day to day life is self doubt. But we're going to talk about self doubt with the carnivore or the keto journey. We'll wait and see if a few more people come in. Can you guys believe I just woke up like 20 minutes ago and I had to quickly jump up out of bed and brush my hair? Yeah, and I even went to bed early. So I have slept for like about 11 hours. I haven't done anything. I jumped up and quickly got dressed. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? But yeah, I slept and slept and slept. So I said, well, that means my body needed it, and I'm healing. My body needed to heal. So I got up, and when I was naked just before I got dressed, I stepped on the scale just for the heck of it. 304, guys. 304. Maybe I need to stay in bed more. Ah. So I was like, well, I guess that was worth an extra pound off. Actually, 304.2. We can't forget that point two. Yeah, I'm going to get down below 300, guys. I can taste that victory. It might just be water weight, though. Might just be water weight. That's what it is. It's water weight. Now that's self doubt right there. It's just water weight. So yeah, that sort of put me in. I slept late, and I feel like I'm behind my life right now because I slept so much more. But you know, I lost an extra pound because I did it. I still think I should stay in bed. Victory, victory. All these small wins, we got to remember them. So self doubt. We'll give it like another minute or two because I came on fairly early, so we'll give it a few minutes. See if more people come in. But self doubt could be muscle. I haven't even walked yet today. I am that much behind, but my back's bothering me. I'm probably just gonna not walk today and just pretend like I did. Maybe I'll walk later. I don't know. Could be muscle. Yeah, my back is bothering me. So I think today I'm going to do it as a healing day. Just call it a day for rest. All right, we got five in here now. Yay. Yay. You deserve a rest day. Allie could want to walk with you with her with her hoverboard, but we are all about to go to a game. Ah, went to bed at 7:30, up at 12:30. Well, you need rest too, girl. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Now, on these videos, it's more about carnivore and keto and less about crocheting. That's why I'm like all fingers because I'm not crocheting. I should sit here and crochet while I'm doing these. I think I'm going to change my mind on that because I don't know what to do with my hands, guys. I keep twisting and twirling, and I'm making pumpkin turnovers. Oh, wow. I haven't had those in forever. That's what time I fell asleep to, Nikki. Wow. Everyone fell asleep late. I went to bed probably about 3:30. I did a couple of things, and then I after the live, and then I went to bed. So I've slept for a lot of hours today, about 11 hours, and I still feel like I could just crawl back into bed. All right, so self doubt. I'd like to describe self doubt. I know I have in the past in my videos. I talked about the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. You know, one's telling you, oh, you can't do this, you need to sit. And the other one says, oh, come on, you can do this. You know, it's like sending me self doubt thoughts, and the other one is encouraging me to continue. So I like to think everybody has that. You know, you argue, the self doubt and encouragement argues back and forth with each other. To me, that's self doubt. And sometimes we start believing in what the devil is telling us about self doubt. You know, what if? What if you go for that walk and you're by yourself and you fall? You know, what if? What if? You know, what if you can't do this? You know, oh, you gained a pound? Oh my goodness, uh, the 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 diet is not good for you. You know, you got to eat better. You know, and it just stinks. We all deal with self doubt all the time, and it doesn't feel good. You know, sometimes when you if you don't build up your strength and your positivity, you stop believing in that stuff, and then before you know it, I know it causes me in the past to give up. You know, self doubt causes us to give up on our dreams every day and stuff. It's like, no, no. Self doubt. It's something that we don't need, you know. Self doubt comes in every form, whether it's from other people telling us you can't do this, it's not healthy, and we start listening to other people, you know. So far, I'm lucky. My family isn't doing that to me. They're encouraging me to continue. They're probably even noticing the successes because I've been told, "Oh, you do look thinner," you know. So those are all encouragement to continue, and we need those kind of people around us. If we don't have those kind of people, we start believing in the what ifs. Yeah, and what ifs, they're stinking thinking. That's right. Set you up for anxiety. Exactly. It gives us self doubt that we are not can't succeed in this, especially if you're eating like cheese, and cheese, you know, is causing inflammation, but we don't know that. You know, we don't know that. We're new in this, especially for all the new people that are trying this out. They're just learning their bodies and they don't realize. They just know that cheese allowed. And yeah, cheese is allowed, dairy's allowed if it doesn't cause you inflammation. But if you don't know that, it can cause you um, self doubt if you start gaining a little bit of weight from that. I know that if I ate something that I shouldn't have and I gain a pound or two, I need to get rid of the cheese, you know, because I've done this long enough and I've researched enough to know some of these little barriers that could cause me self doubt. So, what I try to do when I'm dealing with self doubt is to remember my successes, my victories, no matter how small they are. It doesn't matter how small they are. You got to remember your victories. So, again, I go back to, you know, the devil and the angel on my shoulder. And when the devil's telling me, hey, you can't do this, there's something wrong, see, you know, blah, 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 blah. And the other one says, no, you can. Sometimes I'll look on YouTube and I see these things. Carnivore, uh, made me have a heart attack. And I'll be like, what? You know, can it, it's automatic. Just because I read something like that, I automatically start doubting the way of eating that I'm eating. You know, so self doubt can come from anywhere, anywhere. And you just got to stay positive, guys. You got to work your way through it. You got to believe in what you're doing is good and it's healthy for you. Um, so self doubt, when you start having those self doubt things, doesn't mean you're failing. You know, you just gotta remind yourself of your victory so far. Even just starting and eating, starting to eat correctly, you know, and you start feeling a little bit better or you sleep better. That's a victory. You need to cling on to that. Say, all right, this is, you got to remind yourself. You got to really work on yourself. Um, you know, and ask yourself questions like, am I feeling better or worse than before I started? I'm feeling better. I'm showing and proving that I'm doing better just from that first driveway walk, you know. So when I start getting that self doubt, all I have to do is look back at a video and see where I came from, you know, or look at a picture of my scale that when I first stepped on the scale, or remind myself when I was at the doctor's office and I couldn't even walk to his office. I had to be pushed up to his office because I was so big and so unhealthy that I couldn't get there. I was, you know, a big woman. Or look at some pictures. My daughter just sent me a bunch of pictures yesterday on Discord of when I was 400 pounds. And I was like, oh my God, I was so big. You know, it's like freaky. So when you're dealing with self doubt, you got to remember where you came from. You know, don't let it discourage you. And if you're starting, you need to be positive and start looking at the victory stories of people. You know, before I started doing this and seeing the journey for myself, whenever I would have self doubt, I would watch an older video of Bill Knotts, you know, because he was like my hero. So you have to find what gets you through that self doubt. Oftentimes, you know, I find little catchphrases, you know, like victory is coming, you know, and I'll recite that when I start doubting. Like when I'm doing my walks and I start getting a lot of pain and I start, that little voice comes in, that creepy little voice saying, see, it's bad for you. You should be doing this. It's bad for you. You know, it's too much pain. You can't do this. Go find a place to sit down. You know, you're safer when you sit. When all that starts, I just, that's why I know you guys have seen me doing it. I'll just say, victory is coming, or freedom is coming, or, you know, I start singing that song because I'm trying to shove all that positivity into me right at that point, you know, and get strong. It's like a battle, right? I'm not gonna stop and be defeated. You know, I'm determined I'm gonna do this. So even I struggle almost every day. You know, like this morning, I got up and I got 20 minutes to be on live. I got to get dressed and brush my hair and do my teeth and, you know, do all the things. And it's like, all right, I don't have to walk today. Your back hurts. You know, even that is self doubt. Even though the angel's saying, yeah, but you deserve a rest day. You've been doing pretty good. You know, it's like back and forth. You know, you can quit walking. You don't have to walk. And who knows, maybe I will go out and walk after that. So you can't let self doubt ruin this journey because self doubt wants to. That little devil will want you to quit and just, I don't know why we would do that to ourselves, you know, but we've been doing it to ourselves. When we all talk about all the different diets that we've been on in the past, that we ended those diets because of self doubt. You know, you can't do this. Even though we were losing weight, I lost weight on a lot of them. I even got down smaller than I was, you know, for years and years and years on the fat-free diet. It wasn't sustainable. As soon as I ate something that had fat in it, boom, you know, I started gaining weight like crazy. So, you know, self doubt is real and it's a problemsome thing to have to deal with in every single one of us. deals with it. So when that self doubt whispers in your head, you know, answer it with trust. Trust um, that you're doing the right thing. Trust, you know, all the small victories you've been doing. Just trust in the carnivore diet. I mean, it's obvious that it works. I've already lost a lot of weight. My rings keep falling off. You know, remind yourself of your victories. Everything. Um, you know, if you're measuring yourself, measure yourself. Do positive things. Take a walk. Um, you know, so stop worrying about, am I doing it right? Carnivore is all about it being easy. And we're all used to, what if I fail? Well, what if you do? You just stand back up and you restart and start all over again. And oftentimes, you know, you listen to other people saying, oh, you know, you're going to end up having a heart attack. Don't listen. You know, just continue on, be strong. They don't have to know what you're doing. You know, yeah, I'm not eating pasta because it doesn't agree with me. You know, you don't have to tell them, no, it's not in my diet plan. It's just, I don't feel like eating. So, so I got a list here that I did up of positive affirmations. You know, the important thing though to handle self doubt is to remember your victories and why you're doing this. Remember your whys and your victories so far. A lot of us have had our victories. I know a lot of you guys have. So you got to remember the victories. But I also like to tell myself some positive affirmations. And some of them I have said, and, you know, on camera or whatever. Some of them I haven't. I just say it to myself. One of them is every small step forward is a step towards victory. So take a step forward, guys. Each meal is a step forward. If you're eating correctly, you know, it's a step towards victory, freedom. You know, I trust myself to figure things out one step at a time. You know, like I had a question the other day, yesterday, I think, um, and somebody answered it. You know, so do ask questions. If you don't understand, if self doubt comes in, reaffirm those questions. Get people to ask people. That's why we're here. You know, if you're unsure, if you can't find it. Another one is, my worth isn't up for debate. I am valuable just as I am. You know, I don't care what you guys think. I am who I am. Well, I do care what you guys think. Maybe depends on what you say to me. So, um, my voice, my story deserves to be heard. In every single one, my voice, my story deserves to be heard. Just like all of you guys, you all have a story, and your story deserves to be heard, especially if you're on this journey of getting healthy. You know, where you came from, what you've done, you know, the changes that you've been through, you all deserve to be heard. That alone helps self doubt, you know, because you know where you came from and you're sharing your victories. Um, I choose to believe in myself even when doubt knocks at my door. That's right, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, guys. Confidence grows when I practice kindness to myself. Right now, I'm being kind to myself by losing weight and trying to get healthy and gain mobility. I'm being kind to myself. I'm loving myself. Probably for the first time in my life, you know. So that's where confidence that you can do this comes from. Is loving yourself, being kind to yourself. Um, a lot of women are always taking care of other people, and we forget about we count too. We need to take care of ourselves. Brandy is an excellent caregiver. She's always thinking about other people, and she forgets sometimes that she needs to take care of herself. That's why when it's her birthday or Christmas, I give her things like bath bombs, all that self care type of stuff, because she needs to take care of herself. So yeah, the I am stronger than I realize and braver than I feel right now. I am stronger than I realize. I'm braver. You know. So that's what I have for self doubt, guys. We really need to, break it up. Self doubt on one shoulder, affirmations on the other shoulder. And I know I've said it during my walks, and you just gotta not fall into that trap. Have a super day. Blessings. Thank you, team. B team. So, what do you think, guys? Do you guys deal with self doubt? What does your self doubt have said to you lately? Mine told me not to get up today. Oh, don't get up today. And also remember, this progress that we do is not perfect. It's going to go up and down, up and down. The road is going to go up and down. It's not perfect. And we're going to have our bad days and we're going to have our good days. You're going to have days where you don't feel like eating that meat. You're going to have days where you just want to gobble it up. You're going to have good and bad days all the way around. And you just got to be positive. Just continue on that path no matter what that stinking thinking does to you. Stinking thinking. Robin said it right. Stinking thinking sets you up for anxiety and disbelief that you can do this. So that's my story, guys, and I'm sticking to it. Remember, trust your progress. Remember your victories. Freedom is coming. So, to answer my self doubt, not good enough to even be here like earlier in the week, but dug myself out with help from you, all the positive thinking. Yeah, that's self doubt, definitely. I don't deserve to go there. Grandma doesn't need my help. She can do it on her own. I don't need to be there. I feel like crap. That's all self doubt. Oh, thank you. I just threw anything on that was there. Rushing to get dressed today. It's like, oh my God, I got 20 minutes to get ready. No way. Yeah, self doubt can be crappy. And sometimes it compiles. The more you think and you start dwelling on self doubt, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Ruins your day. And then you start feeling guilty because you started believing in the self doubt. It just causes anxiety. As soon as self doubt pops in your head, you got to remind yourself of your victories. Like in Nikki's case, not good enough to even be here. Think about the last week, how great you felt because you were here, how many people you might have helped because you were here, you know. And think about, yeah, Grandma does need you, Nikki. Oh. Some days I worry when you're not here. It's like, oh my goodness, where's Nikki? We worry when John doesn't show up. Was he dealing with self doubt? to remind me of brown rice. Never let me forget about how bad brown rice is. Yeah, it's terminal. It can get terminal. Most embarrassing day of my life. Yeah, see, Nikki, you have to be here. You do have self worth. We all have self worth, you know? So let's not listen to self doubt. I consider the evil man, the evil, the evil guy on my shoulder. Fire hydrants, right? We need Patty to remind me of fire hydrants. And two, being in a place like this where you've got other people, when you're dealing with self help, just say, I'm having a hard day today with cravings. And, and you can share that. Or I'm having a real bad day. I'm struggling with anxiety, and we're all here for you. I've seen so many of you just helping other people that are having it rough. That's why we're here. We're here for each other. So self doubt hits. The most important place for you to be is in here. Hello, Nikki. Yeah. And sometimes you have self doubt just because, it takes your body time to heal and change. And so you might not see it when you want to see it. And so self doubt starts, well, it's because you're not doing it right. It's, just give your body time to heal. I'm done stressing. If I feel good, I'm going to just continue doing what I'm doing because I remember not being able to walk out to the kitchen. So that to me was so hard, losing mobility, having to have help to get to my car. My daughter has to hold my hand and help me be steady on my feet. I really have a lot of good people surrounding me and giving me the willpower to continue on or helping me with the willpower to continue on. And I'm so happy I did this because I would be dealing with a lot of self doubt if I didn't have y'all. Yeah, it is the fat person syndrome. You listen to all the, your mom saying to you, oh, you're going to be fat all your life. Or being called names, lard bucket. I remember being called lard bucket, the fat person syndrome. Yeah, self talk. Yeah, we're always doubting ourselves. Am I doing it right? You're not doing it right. We're not perfect, guys. We're not perfect. But it doesn't mean we can't continue on this path and gain freedom from it all. We can. And I feel like I can dream again. I don't believe in that little devil on my shoulder telling me you're too big, you can't go do this. If I want to go on a cruise next year, I'm going to go on a cruise next year. I'm not going to listen to the self doubt that I can or can't do something. I'm not going to be jumping out of no plane. That's darn sure. But so I'll listen to self doubt when it comes to jumping out of a plane. But I think that's just intelligence. I am not where I was, but I am not where I can go. Yeah. But when self doubt hits, you can remind yourself of where you was and how this journey is continuing to help you. One day at a time, one moment at a time, one forkful at a time, one mouthful at a time. you know. I really believe in the carnivore diet. I really, really do. And the keto, if you do keto right. As long as you don't have too many carbs, you have to listen to your body, pay attention to your body, and know what you can handle and what you can't handle. A lot of us just think of, oh, I got to do this, this, and this, but everyone's different. There's no, there's no, there's no pathway that everyone can take exactly. Every person is different, and you have to go from that. You have to learn what your body likes. Some people don't have any problem with cheese at all and can eat all the cheese they want and they could still lose weight on here. So if I was to follow that person, oh, I eat cheese, I eat this, I eat that, and start copying what that person does, I'm going to fail because my body doesn't like cheese. I have to listen to my body, you know. Yeah, it sucks that my body said that can't handle a lot of cheese because I love it, but I have to listen to my body. A lot of us fail to listen, and that can cause us to deal with self doubt. So you have to listen, you have to learn your body. And the only way to really get there for me, anyway, for me is to do BBBE, eliminate everything except for the things that I know I can handle, and then start adding one thing at a time. Like I had those beef kibasa yesterday, and I only had just one because I wasn't sure how my body would react to it. Because I have been eliminating everything but the things that I know I can do. And obviously, my body was fine with it because I lost almost a full pound. I went from 305 exactly to 304. So my body did not react to my dinner last night. I was fine with that kibasa. So now I know I can continue to eat that kibasa and I'll add it to my diet. Cheese is questionable though. I cannot have cheese. I know that. But how about if I just sprinkled in a few days, maybe I'll make some scrambled eggs and sprinkle a little bit of cheese, just a little bit on my scrambled eggs, see if my body's okay with just a little bit. Because I know eating what I did eat that particular 2 days did not, my body didn't like that. But something like that could have caused me self doubt if I didn't know better, and I might have quit because I gained a couple of pounds. Oh gosh, no, 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 carnivore is bad. You gained a couple of pounds. You can't be doing this. No, 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 no. But that's my own um, self doing. It wasn't the carnivore diet. It was me adding something that caused me to self doubt or could have caused me to self doubt. But because I knew better, because I've done this before for 6 months and I've learned a little bit more, I was able to, no, I was able to move on from it, change my pathway onto another way of going. But you got to test, like this John tests himself all the time. Yeah, I don't think, I test my body, but I have never tested my body as much as he's tested his body. I remember back when I used to test everything that I ate to see if it would, raise up my, sugars. And I know the difference between white bread and brown bread, dark bread, wheat bread, it's a big difference with the sugar spiking. So just that alone, I learned from my own testing, my own experimenting, what my body can handle and what it couldn't handle. So if you don't do that, man, if you don't learn your body, then yeah, you're going to start having all kinds of self doubt that this or that doesn't work. So that's another way of, I'm too old to be testing too much nowadays. I just want to move on with it. I know exactly what my body can handle. I do these small little things like I really like these beef classes. Can my body handle these so I can add them to my diet? Yeah, I'm going to do that. But to test every single bit of food that I put in my body to see if, and picking my finger for blood, I feel like a vampire when I do. I won't ever be where I was before Lyme, but I can become my better current self. Yeah, be a better current self. Yeah, I'll never be where I was, years ago when I got down to a size 12. When I got married, I was down to a size 12, guys. I'll never see size 12 again. That was only 20 something years ago, guys. I blossomed into a very big woman in 20 years. 20, oh, excuse me, 25 years actually. So, yeah, but I can be the best person, a better person than where I'm at now for sure. So, anyone else got anything on left out? Anybody? Come on, you guys. I know all of you guys have had some dealings with self doubt. It can be a big deal. It can cause you to leave and go back to before, when you were struggling to survive. And, the what ifs, I deal with what ifs every single day. What if? When someone told me that you shouldn't be doing the vibration plate every day, that's someone told me that. So that, you know, and I listened and I was like, well, what if? What if I'm not supposed to be doing this every day? What if it's going to cause something strange in my body? I started feeling, so I had to come out and say, does anyone know? Can a vibration plate doing it every day after walking, can it hurt me? And some people came back and said there is absolutely no evidence that it can hurt you. And there's plenty of evidence that it can help you. So, and that in my research, that's exactly what I found too. I could have kept self doubt, just not used it because I listened to that one person. I also look at complacency and self doubt, letting yourself go. I have to be proactive to be your better self. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people just, you know, oh, I don't matter. Nobody cares. They start really putting themselves down, and before you know it, to me, it's the cravings winning out. It's and I just want to. You've got to really build yourself up, guys. This is where you become strong, and you just try to turn it around, and just remember where you came from. Watch. I hope you guys take pictures of yourself. Keep a journal. There's lots of times for years I've kept like a on my computer dates and when I lost weight, how much I gained. I did all the ups and downs and stuff. My son made me a program where I could write in my dates and it would do a graph. I no longer have it. It's on my old computer, but I did that for a long time with all my past diets. It would be nice if you made me another one, send it to me. Yeah, and a lot of things too. When I'm feeling down, I just have to remind myself that this too will pass. Yeah, Robbie, if you're listening. And this too will pass. It's one of my most common um, sayings to myself. And this too will pass. So when self doubt hits, just wipe it away like a windshield wiper. Slap it away and just say, "This too will pass." Those thoughts will pass. Just move on. Go forward. Head head right straight to freedom. Oh, what she said. AI knows about mom. What? My son just sent me something. Grandma's Crochet Corner refers to a YouTube channel created by a crochet enthusiast who also discusses her participation in the Carnivore 30-day challenge. In addition to crochet, the creator shares her life with her beloved Chihuahua baby. Wow, AI knows about me and has shared my story to someone in Texas. The channel is not a store for patterns, but rather a hub for personal vlogs and updates. If you are looking for crochet patterns on sites like Etsy or Ravelry, your search should focus on grandma's crochet or similar terms. You may find results from other creators like la 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 la. But that is so weird. It even puts down, wow, Robbie just said that. That is so, so weird. That was Robbie. Robbie just said that. He sent me AI knows about mom in our Discord channel. Yes. And then I get a message. I wonder if he's in here and we just don't know about it. I know, right? Well, actually, he sent this at 4:25 a.m. So yeah, and I'm just now getting it. That's funny. Now I'm going to have to research AI for myself, but they already know. It already knows. I'm getting famous, guys. AI knows about me, and it's spreading it to people in Texas. Well, that's way off from um, the topic. That was way off topic. Oh, that was funny. So, anyone have any more words they can say about self doubt? No, nobody. Nobody wants to share. Nobody wants to share with me. It's all right. I know I get a lot of self doubt, guys. I get so much self doubt, and like I say, it's like the devil and the angel on my shoulder. That's how it comes in, especially when I'm walking. And that's when I start getting that. Oh, I can't do it. I got to hurry up and go sit down in my chair. That's when you'll see me at the end of the driveway, so fed up with that little devil saying I can't do it that I say, well, let's go do another telephone pole. Teach that devil a lesson. I'm grateful for all of you. I know I'm grateful for all of you guys, seriously, because I really believe that because I have all of you guys and you guys send me all of those comments and positive messages and stuff like that is what's keeping me strong and is helping me get through this. And if I succeed in this, it is, I swear to God, I swear it's because of all of you guys cheering me on along the way. It's all because of every single one of you. And that's why it's like, you know, we can do this for each other. It's not if, it's when. Yeah, yeah, it's when. That's right. It's when. See, that's why, Nikki, is so important. So never self doubt your worth to this channel because you are very worthy of being here. And I'm right with you, Panny. Pania, where I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm glad that we can be here for you. I'm not where I was, but I'm not where I can go. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because I know without a doubt that I'm going to get under 300. And like Nikki said, it's not if I get under 300, it's when. I just know I'm going to get under 300. I have no doubt, and I can't wait. At 300, once I get to 299, I'm going over out into that car and I'm going to check, see if I'll be able to drive it. I don't want to do it now because I don't want to, fill my head with self doubt if I can't do it. I want to be sure that I can do it when I go out to that car. I will try to. Oh, oh, I need to crochet. I need to crochet. Well, I do want to thank all of you guys for showing up to these. And it's always the same ones that are here at night. My little group, my group of great people. Doesn't matter the more things you do, the more people you'll get, the more it gets out. Yeah, the replay. If people watch the replays, but that's okay. I enjoy being with you guys. I enjoy it. I need more coffee. Hi, Sin. We are talking about self doubt. Yeah, we were talking about how self doubt can be horrible to overcome, but it can be overcome. You know, just believe in yourself. Remind yourself of your victories and where you came from. So we're all talking about different things that self help might have said to you. We've all had those self doubts. You have self doubt as well, Cindy. That's what we're discussing today. Oh, excuse me. Is self doubt. Yeah. I get self doubt every single day, guys. Every day. And I just keep telling myself, I can do this. I can do this. I have to give myself positive examples. Remind myself of, that first video. And I say that all the time, but when I look at that first video, it really freaks me out how bad I was. And it's so weird that when you look back and you see that, you just go, wow, it is a wow moment. So that hit home, Cindy. When I started, I had such anxiety that I couldn't sleep out of the house for years. Whenever I battled getting out still, I doubt that I will win. Yeah, self doubt just hits us in every form. Yeah, when I retired, took an early retirement because COVID hit, and I stayed in my house. I never left my house, not even going out the front door down the driveway. I never left my house for about 3 years. I never left my house. I was so scared. And it was like, you're going to catch COVID. You know, anxiety was so high. Yeah, there was times my anxiety was so high I couldn't do elevators. I couldn't take a shower. You know, it was like I had to have someone hold my hand, help me. Yeah, it's real. Some of those things are real, and the self doubts don't help when you're dealing with anxiety. I was there. God, I remember one time needing my husband went. We were at a hotel. We were down in San Antonio, Texas, and we were doing the river walk. And I had to take. And my husband already went down to the lobby. I was getting dressed, so I was to meet him down to the lobby. And I could not do the elevator. I could not step on that elevator. The anxiety was so real, and I kept trying to talk myself into stepping on that elevator. But for some reason, I would think if I step on that elevator, it's going to fall to the ground. It's just going to fall. And I could not get myself on that elevator. I ended up going back to my room. And when my husband came back after about an hour of waiting for me, we went together on the elevator. I just closed my eyes, I held onto his shoulder, and I forced myself on that elevator. But it was like self doubt like crazy, anxiety like crazy. But then I didn't understand what was going on with me. I do now. And that was awful. So I get that, Sam. I get that, Cindy. To step out of your house. Yeah. I gained so much weight in that year, those couple of years. I was big when I landed there because I was having a hard time walking back and forth at work. I couldn't even do my job anymore when I was at work. I was so big. And I knew that I should get done, but I was waiting till I could get done. Yeah, self doubt can get really deep. We got to bust it as soon as it creeps in, guys, because it can make us fail on this journey. You got to bust it down as soon as it creeps in. But anxiety can cause a lot of stuff, though. It can make you feel dizzy, you know, it can just horrible. Yeah. I wonder if that's when mine started, was with menopause. I never thought about that because I didn't have all the anxiety issues that I've had over the last 5, 6 years. I don't know what. Oh, my daughter just sent me a video of her and the kids at a ball game. I thought he was hearing a ghost. Woo. Oh, yeah, we have 12 in the room. Well, today's topic, you guys, for those that are just coming in, was about self doubt. I had to laugh at the story of your son's pancake making. So funny. My son still makes me a special sushi, and I really don't like, but I eat it because of love. Yeah, yeah, and I just imagine him taking out whatever, one or two eggs and mushing them all together, hard boiled eggs, and mixing it in with that pancake mix. I mean, I was looking at the pancakes and it was all these like crumbles of green and and I'm like, what the heck is that in the pancakes? What did he put in there that was green? For the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. All this weird chunkies in the pancakes and good thing I reminded myself of those hard boiled eggs that I had made. I think it was around Easter too. I don't know. Can't remember. Yeah, kids, they do the funniest things. They do the funniest things. But that's a story I'll never forget, you know? It's one of those cutesy things. Have you ever seen green blueberry muffins and not green from food dye, dye? No, I, I don't think so. I've seen blue blueberry muffins where the blueberries, you know, the juices from the blueberry turns the batter like a bluish color, but not green. How do you get, oh, excuse me, how do you get blueberry muffins to turn green? My ex cooked blueberry muffins one time from a box. I can't remember if you put baking powder in it or baking soda in it, and it didn't measure. So that turns it green. Put too much as a reaction turns green. Oh wow! I almost want to do that for St. Patty's Day. Makes me want to do that for St. Patty's Day. They're nasty, are they? They're nasty. It makes me want to do it still, though, just to have green blueberry muffins. Ah, nasty. And no, I didn't eat them. I'm not that nice. Gotta do it for love, Nikki. Gotta do it for love. Uh, that's funny. And no, I didn't eat them. I'm not that nice. I could just see her saying that too. I hope, I hope, I hope I'm back. I went onto my hotspot. I hope I'm back. I went onto my hotspot. Yay! I guess my internet doesn't like me today, but um, yeah, get on my hotspot, and here I am. Yeah, if I ever lose internet like that, just give me a minute or two to get on um my hotspot. Keep getting messages now. Soft to work we go. I'm definitely not a licorice person, red or black. I I used to love licorice. It was one of my go-tos because I don't eat chocolate. I don't really do a lot of sugar anyway. But when I did feel like it, I would definitely do the licorice. It had to be a certain brand though. Some of them were too hard. I like the softer licorice. Just made sure you reset it for tonight. Yeah. Any tips for those of us who need to cook? Oh, yes. Yes, you love me? Yes. Any tips for those of us who need to cook for the rest of the family? I do all the time. Um, I have to cook all the time. Are you all right? See how she gets when she misses me? You're the one that was sitting with Daddy. It's all right. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. You're overly excited. Calm down. Yes, Mama's here. Calm down. Calm down. You was with Daddy when I went live. Yeah, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Stop shaking. You're all right. Mama's right here. You're all right. She gets so upset when she's not with me. It's okay. It's okay. So, any tips for those of us that cook for the rest of the family? I cook all the time for the rest of the family. I'm the only carnivore in the house. The rest are all carb eaters. And like yesterday, I made sausages with green peppers and onions. They had, it on a bun, a hoagie bun, sausages. Um, and I just cooked a sausage for myself. I didn't cook it, with all the other stuff, but I'll still have it. Um, a few days ago, I made a big pot of spaghetti. I cooked up the hamburger, and then I took my hamburger out of the pot after it was cooked. I put it in a frying pan, and I mixed the eggs in it and the other pan. So I just sort of like whatever it is I'm making for the family, I'll take mine apart and be cooking it together. I do that all the time. Or, you know, I'll make hamburgers. The hamburger, I might do a fried egg with my hamburger. They'll have cheeseburgers on bread, hamburger buns. So I just try to incorporate, what I can have to what they can have. I'll do things like a pot roast instead of cooking all the pot roasts, all the vegetables in the same pan. I'll cook them separate. So they'll have potatoes and maybe carrots or whatever on the stove cooked and or in the oven. I'll bake them and not mix them in with the pot roast that I got cooking in the slow pot. So there's ways around it. I do it all the time. I bought a dorm fridge for my vegan daughter so she could keep her stuff separate. Yeah, my husband has a refrigerator in his office and he'll put his stuff in there, all of his sweets and stuff. So I'm not seeing him in the kitchen. So he goes right in his room with all of his brownies and crap and anything that needs to be refrigerated, and I don't see it. Um, Junk food they have to keep in their own room. Yeah, well, sometimes there's a lot of junk food in the kitchen still from my granddaughter. She likes having her tortilla chips and she makes like dishes and stuff with that. I just ignore it. I never ate them before her tortilla chips because I was never into it, so it never bothers me having them there. Now, what does bother me is when I see a bag of chips, like Lay's potato chips, because that was my go to before. And every time I go out to the kitchen, I see that bag on that counter. Finally, after about the third day, I said to somebody, will someone take these? Take them downstairs, put them in your room. They keep calling to call me. I don't want, so far I've been strong and haven't touched it. But yeah, I get it. Yeah, you feel better now. You're all nice and calm down now. Yeah, see? You didn't come, you were sleeping with daddy. Yeah, you're all right now, though. You're all right now. Yeah, you're all right. Yeah. When I first started Carnivore, my husband would cook up some popcorn every night. That was a trial. Oh, and I love popcorn too. Yeah, my daughter has a big case of popcorn, and every now and again I can smell it cooking, and I'm like, oh, I love theater buttery popcorn. Oh, my little baby. I know, you love me. I know, you miss me. You were sleeping with daddy. Yeah, it's all right if you sleep with daddy. Yeah. Well, I stay in here the majority of the time. My husband has his man cave. I have my ladies' cave. So very seldom am I in the rest of the house unless I'm going to the kitchen. Hmm. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. You're such a brat. Oh, yes, I love you too. Yes. Yeah. I, we have separate houses, so I only have to see that kind of food. Actually, yeah. Oh, you happy now? Are you happy now? Yeah, you're happy. Well, I'm glad you're happy. Yeah, I'm glad you're happy. Yeah, it's hard. It's sometimes you just have to deal, and I just deal. We a lot of us we separate our food. We cook our own thing here. Even my husband. Every now and again, though, I'll cook for him. I'll cook for the house, but it's not every night. It's not every night. So, what would be the easiest scarf pattern I would make for basically my first crochet project? I don't count my crocheting when I was a child. That was just way too long ago. The easiest scarf pattern? Hmm. The V stitch isn't a hard pattern to do. It's a double crochet, chain one, double crochet. Getting back up is the only backup plan you need. Yeah. Yeah, probably a V stitch. V stitch is pretty too, but it depends on the kind of scarf. If you want one just to be pretty, or are you looking for a long, skinny scarf, or you looking for a shawl type scarf? You can do one with windows. That's this right there. That's a window stitch where it's just a single crochet, skip one, chain one, then not a single crochet, double crochet. So this is a window stitch. You can do every other row double crochet, then a window stitch. It's just a double crochet, skip a stitch, chain one, another double crochet. Oh, V stitch is for your husband. If I was doing it for a man, I'd probably just do maybe windows or something. Doesn't have to be long or extremely pretty. Right here, there's windows, and then you see another row, and then windows. You can do something like that. Do windows, then two rows or three rows of double crochet, and then windows. You could do something like that. It's also a yarn saver when you put in windows. Uh, if I'm doing chicken, doing yarn chicken, I'll do a lot of windows. Takes up almost half the yarn because you're not doing a double crochet in that space. You're just doing a chain one, skipping one, so saves on yarn. I just did a YouTube search and found a lot of videos on it. I will check it out. Yeah, there's a lot of videos on making. Yeah, you just want me to pat you, right? You just want to be petted. You just want to be touched. Oh, yeah. So, you look happy now. Yeah, you look happy. You look happy. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, guys, I think that I am going to go ahead and end this, and I will be back later. Cindy, I hope you find what you're looking for on YouTube and make that scarf. Get out of here, fly. I got a lonely fly in here that's going to drive me crazy. Hello, Barbara. We were just talking about self doubt, and we're probably about to end it. But self doubt on the carnivore diet or the keto diet is a horrible thing if you believe it. I know, I know, I know. Damn autocorrect. Bummer. It's been nice. I am glad I found this channel. I'm glad you did too. I'm glad you did too, Cindy. I hope you continue on coming here and participating, and I know I've enjoyed having you here. Yeah, she is. She's a sweetheart. I have I have a lot of doubt since I have been stalled for a couple of years as far as weight loss. Yeah. Sometimes on a stall that lasts a long time, it's something simple that you're eating that you're not aware of that can cause you to stall, some hidden factors. For me, it's always been cheese because when you think, oh, well, cheese is carnivore, I can have cheese, but then you realize, no, you can't. And I used to eat a lot of cheese, but that kept me stalling. And my body cannot handle dairy. You just have to figure it out and learn what it is and go with the flow, right? My little baby, my little baby. Yeah, you my baby. Are you my baby? Uh, all right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I'm gonna go and think about what I'm gonna have for dinner because I don't know yet. Probably just gonna be a burger and some eggs. Yeah, it's about that time to start thinking about what I'm gonna have. And I will see you all later tonight, I hope. And let my doggies outside because they haven't gone out yet either. See you tonight. And thank you guys for popping in and saying hello and joining in and joining the discussion. We'll see you tomorrow or later tonight. Tomorrow, 3, 2, 1. Push that button. Bye bye, guys. Thanks for being here. Love y'all. Bye bye. 3, 2, 1, end.